Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going back to Power Rangers with its 16th season, Power Rangers Jungle Fury. Aside from Dino Thunder, this season is quite possibly my favorite to rewatch. It's a combo of spirit animals and martial arts. What's not to love? Now, for this video, I will also discover what spirit animal I have. So I'm going to be taking an online quiz and have an image of my Jungle Fury Ranger form at the end of this. So without further ado, question 1. Let's begin. This season is so much fun to watch, as it is filled to the brim with great characters, fun jokes, and amazing stories. Plus, I really do enjoy the morphing sequence, with the constant hand waving during it. And I do like the fact that their animal spirits play a big part in every episode, though it could have been a little better. That's also helped by the fact that Pai Shui is such an imaginative and amazing idea. A martial arts school that focuses on channeling your animal spirit. My biggest problem is that when the characters are in battle, we have no idea what the power levels are like. For example, does a character with a flying spirit animal like Connoisseur or a sea spirit animal like Master Finn have an advantage over the Rangers when they fight? It's little things like that that could have given us more insight into the battles. And each of these Rangers have unique personalities, and they just have a great relationship with each other. Casey, played by Jason Smith, is the youngest member of the team, despite the fact that he's older than his other co-stars. And he originally is just unsure of himself. But it's with the help of his teammates and masters that he goes on such a great personal mission in the finale. And while he's the first Red Ranger to not have a battleizer since they've started, I will say, his Strike Rider suit is just cool to look at. And it's on the similar line as the battleizers. Plus, you can't say that his powered up attack with the Jungle Chucks is not amazing. And his story, while it isn't exactly interesting or powerful, is very important for just about anyone. And that story comes in full during the final episodes, where he trusts himself and his instincts lead him to his greatest goal of forgiveness. Lily, played by Anna Hutchinson, is the light-hearted big sister of the team, always looking out for her two teammates, especially seeing Casey as a little brother during a taste of poison, down to worrying about him so much that she has a nightmare about him being defeated by Dai Shi. Her big heart can also be felt throughout the series, and her personality of always looking on the bright side is something that can be very helpful to anyone. We also have Theo, played by Al Janabella, who is a strict ranger who mostly plays by the rules, always being the one to do things more by the book than any of the others. And he is one of the main sources of comedy for the heroes. He also has a bit of a competitive nature, but he's still supportive of his team when they need it, even down to training Casey into using his nunchucks. He's also apparently a clean freak, but aside from this coming up about once every 10 episodes, we don't get much payoff for that. Seriously, Casey drops a joke about him being a clean freak in the second episode, but they've only known each other for like a day, and we only got one reference to his clean freak nature, so this joking jab just comes out of nowhere. Then there's RJ, played by David Delatorre, who is quite possibly the funniest character in the entire series.
It's buttery.
Okay, maybe second, as he has such a fun Mr. Miyagi way of teaching the Rangers, with all his strange and confusing lessons that help them to fight off the monster of the week. Then there's also the fact that he acts rather absent-minded every now and then, But he also acts more like someone's hippie friend than a usual mentor for the Rangers. And I just love that about him.
But hear me, Wolfmaster. Tomorrow is another day.
And tomorrow, today will be yesterday.
And I also just personally love his Jack Sparrow waving hand gestures. Plus, I love the look of the Wolf Ranger, and he is so much fun in and out of suit. Also, even though I do like Casey's story here, and many can argue that the Red Ranger is the primary focus of each season, I personally think that RJ has much better and interesting stories. There are multiple episodes where he deals with more personal problems, like an out of control animal spirit, a reunion and ultimate understanding with his dad, and even being the one to free the other masters from Dai Shi with his dad by his side. And finally, there's Dominic, played by Nikolai Nikolaev. Try saying that 3 times fast. Who originally starts out as a Joker character, but as he continues being a Ranger, his jokes lessen and he becomes a little more serious. However, despite how much I love this guy, he's quite possibly the least developed Ranger of them all, as his scenes are incredibly short and don't really give us much into his backstory or background. And I feel a little sad about that, because he's so much fun to watch. But I will say, his helmet is probably the most interesting of them all. I mean, just look at this thing! Now that screams personality. And you can't forget about the Masters when talking about this season. The Masters are all unique in their teaching methods, and each of them are very memorable. Master Fan is stubborn, but he opens up to teaching Lily how to use the jungle mace. And he's very gracious for her help in giving him meaning again.
I have the spirit of the elephant. I remember everything.
Master Swoop is very mystical, and it's pretty fun to see how he watches his students react to his lessons. Or, I guess, sense how his students react to his lessons.
Yes, Theo. I'm blind. That doesn't mean I enjoy you waving your hand in my face.
And Master Finn is very straightforward, and is quick to teach Casey in the shark technique, seeing the young man as the student he always wanted.
Power of the shark.
And each one is unique in their own ways. Plus, I do like that with each new master, the Rangers gain a new Zord to form new Megazord modes. And you also can't talk about the series without talking about the Spirit Rangers. The Spirit Rangers are, without a doubt, the reason why I keep coming back to this season. If you don't know, and I'm assuming you don't, these Rangers are actually American exclusive. This season was adapted from Japan's 31st Super Sentai season known as And, while the season did have the animal forms for the Masters for the finale, and that was an amazing adaptation, the Spirit Rangers are an amazing addition to the show. I mean, seriously, just look at these suits. I love that they look like the Jungle Master Mode suits, but they're still distinct enough that you can't mistake them for any of the other suits in the season. And it's also great that Bruce Allpress, Oliver Driver, and Paul Gittins, who play Master Fant, Master Swoop, and Master Finn respectively, also voice the Spirit Rangers. However, my only gripe with them really is kind of a running joke in the series for me. But the story and visuals tell us that they are quite possibly the most powerful Rangers of the entire series up to this point. However, when they go up against Scorch and Snapper, they're nearly useless and just get their butts kicked around. Now, before you say anything, I get that it's to show how powerful the villains are, but that just makes the Spirit Rangers seem much weaker than they should be. I mean, think about it. They were able to take out all 5 Rangers in their first appearance, yet they can't take out 2 simple monsters? But I will say, it's nice to see Michelle Langstone return from SPD and Oliver Driver from Mystic Force. Yeah, this show has a few returning cast members, and even future returning cast members, but I'll get into that at another point. For now, let's discuss the villains. Dai Shi, voiced by Jeff Dolan, who's been in just about every season since Ninja Storm, notably as the Jade Gladiator in Dino Thunder, Gosei from Megaforce, and Korag the Night Wolf from Mystic Force. We don't really see much of him, though, just through Jared, but his final form is pretty intimidating, and I do like how we see some moments of the inner battle between the two beings in several different episodes. Speaking of which, Jared, played by Bede Skinner, isn't too fleshed out since he's really just a jerk at the beginning, and being the one who allowed Daishi to become free, serving as the main villain, or rather, his vassal. And we do at least start to see real character development for him starting in, well, the third to last episode. But even still, the development is that Jared is stronger than Daishi, and he does have feelings towards Camille. And on that note, Camille, played by Holly Shanahan, is Daishi's second in command, and most of the villain comedy involves her. Like this part in Can't Win 'Em All.
The alternative is using your skin for a new pair of boots. Yours too.
I didn't do anything.
Exactly.
However, she does have pretty unique armored form. You really can't mistake her as one of the heroes, but you can't see anyone else using this kind of armor. Plus, Holly's another returning cast member, as she played Lily from Power Rangers Mystic Force. A shame they never had an episode where Camille talked with or battled Master Swoop. And you can't forget about Flit, voiced by the Kelson Henderson, who's been in just about every single season since Dino Thunder, playing comedy characters. Seriously, Flit is just such a great character, being so hyperactive, and I can't be the only one who thinks that that is actually what Kelson is like in real life. And finally, there's Fran, played by Sarah Thompson. Last time, I swear. But she's another returning cast member, as she previously played Hydrax in SPD. Man, these two couldn't be more apart than ever. Personally speaking, I love Fran in this, as she is the comic relief, but she's so unique that you couldn't mistake her kind of humor for Bulk or Cassidy or even Boom. Plus, she finds out the Rangers' identities in the most fluid way, and she is the perfect one to learn about this, as she has such a good heart that even though we figure that she won't tell, and we know that she'll have their backs, we still feel unsure at the end of Ghost of a Chance Part 2. Plus, I like her relationship with the Rangers, and I find her relationship with Dom very adorable. And I'm kind of shocked that they didn't become a full-on couple by the end. I also really love these suits and morphers. The suits are uniquely designed, with each one having an outline of their animal spirit that kids can easily identify. And Jungle Master Mode is very interesting with its predominantly white look. And you can't say the Solar Morphers aren't cool, because they really are! And now on to the episodes. Now, whenever I do this, it's the primary 4 or 5 episodes that either I had the biggest connection with, or had the biggest impact on me. If anyone feels like I skipped over their favorite episode, leave it in the comments below. I want to know what episodes left an impact on you. First up, let's talk about Sigh of the Tiger, which is one of my favorite episodes of the season. This is where RJ's Miyagi style of teaching really shines, with him teaching Casey by having him do chores. But we learn by the end of the episode that using the screwdriver can help to redirect a punch, wringing out the yoga mat helps to throw Buffalord around, and cleaning the floor helps to bypass his defenses. I really do love these callbacks to the Karate Kid. We all know this storyline, but RJ's chores do just come right the heck out of nowhere, so we don't know where he's going with it.
What about the whole shoulder rub thing? How does that help me?
Oh, that doesn't. I just slept funny last night.
Right, and there's that joke too. Another one of my favorites is No I in Leader, where Casey feels left out as RJ becomes a little too overexcited about being part of the team and calling all the shots. And I do like the fact that this causes Casey to go through a nice little story arc with his constant unsure mind. But we do get another great training moment from RJ when the two make this shot. And every time I watch this, I can't help but tense up when we see that the ball isn't going to make it right before Casey jumps into action. Not much else to say about this, except I do like the misunderstanding and the resolution between the two here. It is really lucky that the writers were able to pull out all the stops and make this story work.
No luck involved.
Really? One Last Second Chance is also a great episode. It's the episode when the Spirit Rangers technically join the team. And we even get a pretty suspenseful scene after the Rangers destroy the Shark Spirit Ranger and RJ thinks his dad is gone.
Hey, it wasn't your fault. You did your best.
Did I? I keep thinking I must have missed something. Maybe there was another way.
And the big pose sequence is, in my opinion, one of the best in the entire series, as it brings in all 8 Rangers, which, if you didn't know, is the most amount of Rangers on a team in the entire Saban and Disney eras. No joke, I always have a big smile on my face during this. And finally, there's Path of the Righteous, where we get Jared's true return and freedom from Dai Shi. Not only do we get an Ultra Zord utilizing the Black Lion and Chameleon Zords, but we also have an incredibly long and epic fight between Casey and Dai Shi Jared, utilizing their multiple forms. And my favorite part is that Casey does what he can do to get through to Jared, even telling him to strike him down. And it eventually works.
I won't destroy you, Jared. You're a human. I'm Paiswa student. And I care.
No! No! I am Daishi!
If you are Daishi, then destroy me.
And I really like the final battle between the Rangers and the Phantom Beasts. Mostly because we get some great special moves from Jared and Camille that, weirdly enough, we never saw and they never used before. And after I've talked about all the good in this show, sad to say, I'm going to talk about my one problem with the season. And that's the time travel part in Good Karma, Bad Karma. How the heck does this even work? Like, I get it. This is supposed to be a send-up to a Christmas Carol, where they literally go into Jared's past. However, Carnosaur literally changes what happens to Jared in the past. If this actually happened to Jared's past, he would have been way worse when we first saw him at the start of the season. And he would have been kicked out long before the season started, and so Daishi wouldn't have escaped. So, when you really think about it, this caused a time paradox where the season wouldn't have even gotten started in the first place. Like, did the writers even think about the complications? Sorry, I just get real confused about this part of the episodes. And the writers could have just done a better job at explaining this. So that's about it for Jungle Fury. And now, I finally get to see what my spirit animal is. The butterfly? What? How is that even possible? Okay, let's try this again. The turtle? Aw, come on! I always saw myself as loyal as a dog or graceful as a deer. Ah, well. Thanks for watching, you guys. Be sure to leave a comment and let me know what Power Ranger season you want me to talk about next. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and ring that bell for notifications. And to keep my promise, I created my own ranger form for my spirit animal, which I dubbed as Jungle Fury Gold Ranger. Let me know in the comments what you think of this and what your spirit animal and ranger color would be. May the power protect you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it away, Rangers!
Ready! Ready! Jungle Beast! Spirit unleashed! Ha! Hit! Ha! Ha! With the strength of a tiger, Jungle Fury Red Ranger! With the stealth of a jaguar, Jungle Fury Blue Ranger!
With the speed of a cheetah, Jungle Fury Yellow Ranger!
With the courage of a wolf, Jungle Fury, Wolf Ranger!
Spirits of the Jungle, Power Rangers, Jungle Fury!
Algin Abella. I know for a fact I'm going to mispronounce that. So, cut me some slack in the comments. And it is great that Bruce Allpress, Oliver Driver, Paul Gittins. And it's great that Bruce Allpress, Oliver Driver, and Paul... And it's great that Bruce Allpress, Oliver Driver, and Paul Gittins, who all play Master Fant, Master Swoop. And it's also great that Bruce Allpress, Oliver Driver, and Paul Gittins, who voice Master Fant, Master Swoop, and Master Shark. Master Shark? No, Sharky Chan was Geki Ranger. And it's great that Bruce Allpress, Oliver Driver, and Paul Gittins are all... And it's also great that Bruce Allpress, Oliver Driver, and Paul Gittins, who all play Master Fant, Master Swoop, and Master Finn's... I can't get through this line. And it's great that Bruce Allpress, Oliver Driver, and Paul Gittins, who all play Master Fant, Master Swoop, and Master Finn, respectively. Whew. And on that note, Camille, played by Holly Shanahan, played by Holly Shanahan, played by Holly Shanahan, played by Molly Shanahan, played by Holly Shanahan,
RJ, can I ask you something?
6 horses, toilet plunger, and wireless mouse.
Huh?
Sorry, I thought that might be the answer to your question.